All right. Hello, everyone. Not sure if anybody's even in here yet. We're just waiting for Shirley. I'm actually filming upstairs today because I got my son, the wife's at work, and he passed out on me. So we're going to do the filming in the living room or dining room. So who's on so far today? So just waiting on Shirley. We're going to be doing a tour of her fish room. I forget how many tanks she's up to, but she has a bunch of different things she breeds. Pretty excited to see what type of killifish she keeps and breeds. Like you guys might know what she has. I don't know fully exactly what she has just yet. Pull this up on YouTube. Shirley, I'm trying to come in, but the link will let me. Can you email it to me? Just copy and paste. And Google. Alrighty. Alright, just trying to get on right now. So hopefully she'll be on here any second. I might as well put YouTube up on my phone. Get that going so we can see the playback, because I'm not too sure how trash this is looking right now. Hello, Margaret and John. We're just waiting on Shirley right now. She's going to show us her fish room tonight. I mean, John and Margaret. My favorite couple. Going so we can see the playback. What are you guys doing tonight, John? All right, let me just send her the thing. Hello, Jeff. Shirley's having a little bit of issues trying to get on here, so I'm going to have to email it to her. All right, let me pull it up. All right, 1 second, guys. Thanks for being patient. So we got 7 other people in here right now. So anybody get any new fish recently? What's everybody got for new stuff? Anybody breed anything new today? Hello, Jonathan. How you doing, brother? Just trying to help Shirley get on the site right now. She's having a little bit of issues getting on the link. Just trying to get that connected for her so we can get her on. All right, let's copy this link. We're going to send it to her. Jonathan, you getting new fish recently? Anything cool going on? Any new babies in the fish room? All right, find Shirley the email. Copy. It's okay, Shirley. I'm just trying to figure it out right now. Get you in here. Logging on my email right now. Get that link for you. All right, copy that link. Get it pasted. Oh, I didn't even think of that, Jeff. Well, now I got the link on my phone. All right, let me drop that link right on there. Smart, Jeff. 1 second, guys. Copy link. Copied. All right, here you go, Shirley. Boom. All right, now we're gonna get Shirley in the fish room. I got a few fish coming from Jeff tomorrow. What'd you get from Jeff? Did you get more peacocks? Or did you get something different? All right, here's Shirley, guys. Hello? Is she muted? Looks like we lost Shirley already. Hopefully she'll come back on any second now. Yo, yes, sirree. So what are you sending them, Jeffrey? Stupid thing says I have a block camera. 1 second. Okay, Shirley, no problem. It happens. Shelly's, Lima's, Black Molly, Russell Nose Plecos. Damn, that's a lot of different things. Hello, Shirley. I think you might have your camera just set to locked and your mic off. Okay. Jeff, would you like to join for a minute? Oh, never mind. Here we go.
There it goes. Oh my goodness! First, the original link was just sending me to the Restream main page, and then whenever you put the link in chat, I clicked on it and kept saying my microphone and camera were blocked. I was like, "What's it?" So, how's everybody doing? And I'm sorry that I took forever.
That's okay. It happens.
So I don't really have an actual fish room. I have a fish apartment.
No worries. Hello into the future. How you doing, brother?
Oh, and I can't see the chat either, so I have no idea what's going on.
I'll read the chat for you as we go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So everybody, this is Shirley. Shirley keeps a bunch of different fish. I'm sure we all know Shirley. If anybody doesn't, this is Shirley. You want to tell me a little bit about yourself and like what made you get into fish and how many tanks you got and stuff?
Yeah, I actually I have had tanks on and off most of my life. Well, okay, throughout my life, I'll put it that way. But every time I didn't know anything about fish, so every time I would get to the bacterial bloom stage, because I didn't know anything about cycling, so I'd inevitably have a bacterial bloom.
Yep.
And then I would clean it, spend months cleaning it incessantly, changing the gravel, fixing the filter, doing everything I could, and it just would not stop looking dirty. So I just trash it. I just throw it out, give it to somebody, something, get rid of it. Well, I moved into these apartments 4 years ago almost. Jesus, I don't even know anymore. But then my neighbor had this little tiny tank at the bottom of underneath his entertainment center. And it was cute, but it had like 7 fish in it, and he never fed it, and he never cleaned it. And Anita my daughter was like, "Mom, we've got to rescue those fish." I said, "I'm not taking those fish, Anita." I said, "If we've got a dog, we've got enough to take care of. We are not taking care of any fish. I'm not doing it."
Yeah.
And she finally begged me enough. I was like, "Okay, fine. If you want to work something out with him to get them, that's completely fine, but you're taking care of them. I'm not spending a dime on it. You're working everything off. I'm not spending a dime on these fish. It's all up to you." You see how well that worked, right? So we rescued him, and then I found out that some of my fish in there were schooling fish, so they needed bigger schools. So I found a 20 long, and I put the 20 long up and put all my fish in there. Well, then I found out that most of my fish were tropical fish, and one of them was a cold water fish, a temperate water fish. So I decided to get a big tank for my schools of tropical fish. So I got a 55, and it just went from there, just spiraled.
Just kept going and going.
Yeah. Yep.
So hi, Sarah. Jeff says, tell Shirley she's doing a great job.
Oh, thanks, Jeff. He's so sweet.
So, yep, pretty much like all of us start off with one or two tanks, and then before we know, we find a bunch of different tanks that accommodate other fish like idiots.
Like that's gonna stop there. Come on. Now I have now with just the fish, just the tanks with fish in it.
You got them in the ceiling too?
No, no, I'm counting in my head.
See, you just go
Like
across.
26 tanks with fish in it.
Okay,
I think I might have miscounted. I don't know.
that's
But
okay. I
yeah.
don't know how many. I just know ballparks.
And most of them, I will say that most of them are going to look kind of neglected right now because we're moving. I got a new rack put up in my living room for 10 gallons, and
Yeah.
apparently it's 20 gallon. And so I'm trying to move some of the 10 gallons off of the rack in my bedroom to put in the rack in my living room.
Oh,
So everything's kind of in flux. There's some things, wires everywhere and airline hosing everywhere from us moving stuff around. And so I was hoping to have gotten some of it cleaned up today before I came on, but I had a busy day today that didn't end as quickly as not that I'd hoped, but as quickly as it could have for my needs.
no worries, Shirley. It happens.
Okay, so what do we want to do first? I guess I could show you my living room. But I'm not. No, I'm not showing you most of my apartment because my apartment's nasty. It's bad. But I will show you some of it. So, um, I'll show you the tanks. How about that? I'll make sure you see all the tanks.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So this first one right here is my Nova. She is my Beta. I did have. Oh, that's not.
Put you on the. Okay. I think we lost her. Minimize. Why is this so big? All right. See if we can get Shirley back in here.
I am so sorry.
It's okay. Welcome back.
It's. I hit the back button instead. I'm trying to change my camera around, and I'm not used to this, as you can see.
That's
Okay.
okay. We all get used to it. I've done it a bunch of times on Jeff.
Oops. Here is my Miss Nova. If she'll turn to the side so you can see her. Turn around. Come on, Nova. I think she's a pretty girl. And I don't know if anybody's seen my video, but I've taught her to jump out of the water to eat food off of my hand. And she's like, yeah, she's waiting for me to put my finger above the tank so I can feed her. So
No, she looks pretty.
I love her to death. And then there's this, I can't see very well, so I'm not sure what you guys are seeing. This is my 14 gallon. Now all those plants in the front right here in the pots, those are just in there until I find somewhere to put them. I figure out where I'm going to put them.
I do that too. I just chuck them in tanks until I figure out what I'm doing like a month later.
Yep.
And then one day I'm inspired to finally find a tank to put them in.
Right. Well, I've got so many that need it. I'm not sure. Django, please go away. I'm not sure where to put them. Hold on one second. This dog's driving me nuts.
That's okay. Doggies driving people nuts.
Okay, I'm back. Anyway, I had to yell at my daughter to take the dog out. But anyway, in here I've got rosy loaches, 2 different kinds of pygmy rasboras, the exclamation point, and phoenix rasboras. And then I also have Habrosun cories. And is that it? Oh no, my Scarlet Batis stay in here. But right now I've got them separated. I've got one over here in the sink and the females in here.
See in the sink?
Huh?
So you have one in the sink?
No, I have one in another tank. In this tank, I said.
I say
talking about
the tank sink.
Talking about this tank, this bear tank right here. He's just in here so I can separate them and then breed them. Put them back together to breed them. So, but this, okay, ignore how dirty my table is, but this is my coffee table.
Where?
Right here. This is all on my coffee table. Look.
Oh. Okay.
And this is my room. It's messy, so this is my living room view though. Ignore the first tank.
Helper.
Do what?
That's your little helper?
Yeah, that's my Anita. That's my girl. But yeah. Nice. Okay. But yeah, so this is the 14. And let me see what okay, hold on. Okay. And then stupid thing. This is my 90-gallon riverbed tank. We have some sort of we've got two hang on backs on it, so it's got a good flow for my
Yeah.
hill streams, which are oops, there's some right there. Some of my hill streams right there. And then the white clouds. Oh, that's the snails, but here's my white clouds. I've got gold and standard. And then somewhere else in here is a Siamese algae eater
Yep.
and a bamboo shrimp and a couple of rather weird neocaridina that Arknight gave me. And I thought they all died, and then we found two of them the other day.
Oh, nice.
And here is my custom line. Oh, I thought I cleaned this off. Apparently I didn't. This is my guppy tank. It's kind of a mess right now, but those are the ones I'm making the custom line out of. Or
Okay.
attempting to. The male is that I'm using is somewhere in here. Oh, he's right there. Hold on, where'd he go? Right by the filter. Oh, he's quick. Sorry, he's quick. He's coming back now, I think,
It's
in the
okay.
front. Uh, anyway, he's the one that's got the purple and yellow on his. Oh, here he comes, right there. So he's got really. He used to have a really long, flowy tail fin, but then I come up one day and it was just all 100%. Like it was gone. He looked like a sword tail. I was like, what? He had fin rot and I didn't know it. So, and I was like, that pissed me off so bad. Here
So,
is my Nothobranchius guntheri hair. Let me see if I can
ooh. Are you
get
breeding those?
closer. Like, yeah,
Have you
that's what
gotten
this
eggs
is
from
for.
them already?
I've got two clutches of eggs. I don't know how viable they are because I never can see them to check them.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, they take what, 3 months or 6 months? I get them all mixed up.
um, 6 weeks or 12 weeks to so it's 3 months to 3 to 5 or something like that. 3 to 5 or something.
Oh, okay. Into the Future said your place looks awesome. Like it's a great place to relax when you're not working on the tanks.
It really is. Thank you.
Hello, Nor. How you doing, brother?
They're at my volcano that I just got yesterday, or was it yesterday? No, it couldn't be. Sometime. Anyway, that I just I guess I did just get them yesterday. My volcanoes are in here somewhere, and they're hiding.
Your
Wait, I know
volcanoes?
they're in here because I just saw them. But
What are
do what?
volcanoes?
Volcanoes? They're killifish. They're
Oh,
chromoacosimian volcanoes. I've been looking for them for like a year ish, and finally found bougie. Uh, she gave me some, and she shipped me some.
how do you
Here
spell
is
that? I'm curious what that look like. Oh, you found one?
oh, the volcano.
Yeah.
It's chromo chromo.
Yep.
Aphysimian is Aphysemon. And it's like, and the second word is volcanum, which is like volcano with a UM instead of an O at the end.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, those are pretty.
Yeah, they're gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah.
Here's my German blue ram tank. Where did he go? He just took off because he's a big old wimp. Oh no, he's not. He's right there. Come on, come back here.
I saw some embers and some
Yeah, I've got some
Venezuelan.
orange Venezuelan cories and some ember tetras in here. I'm trying to find my. Oh, there's one of the cories. Oh, and he took off. But yeah, this is their tank, the ram tank. I'm hoping to breed them, but I'm not sure. I got a boy and a girl, so I'm not quite sure yet.
Oh, the Rams. Yeah, they're hard to tell for me too.
Yeah, see, there he is.
Yep.
He's super pretty. I
Hello,
thought I cleaned his
Christine.
glass off. I'm sorry.
What's that?
I said I thought I cleaned my glass off. My apologies.
That's
What?
okay. We just lose her.
Yes, I'm here. I'm just my daughter's saying something to me, so I didn't want you to have to broadcast it.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
sorry. I'm not gonna touch it anyway. Anyway, so here's my most recent 50. I say most recent, but it's over a year and a half old. 55-gallon. Got my two black lace angels. Got diamond tetras, phantom tetras, Loaches. Actually, it's got Cooley Loaches and Sergeant Major Loaches. And then it's got this guy right here. He is 6. That's my diamond pistogramma right there. He is
Where?
normally right. Right. I can't. Right there.
Oh, so
That's my diamond
diamond.
pistogramma.
Oh, that's a little too blurry.
Yeah,
For me to make it. It was like a trifasciata or something.
I'm not really sure. I just know he was called a diamond Episto. They didn't want any more bread because he was in that store for 2 years before I decided I was going to take him home and I couldn't leave him there any longer.
Oh wow.
So, and then I've got my Kalitawas in here, my Kalitawa rainbow fish. Um, what else? Do I have anything else in here? Um,
From the breeder
oh,
box.
I did have Corey's, but I took them out. So I've got the Coolie Loaches and the Sergeant Loaches and a bunch of snails, as you can see.
Yeah. Which one
They're
was
all over the
Sergeant
place.
Loaches?
The Sergeant Loaches?
Yeah.
That's them right there. Sergeant Major Loaches.
Oh, I thought those were like coolies.
No, the Coolies are. I got purple Coolies. They're purple. If I
Oh,
can find them, they hide a lot, and they love to hide in this mulm I've got down here. It's kind of hard to vacuum the substrate in this tank.
no, I get it. Trust me, I get it. Let's see what they're saying. I
And
don't
here's
think
the.
David's here. David isn't here yet. I don't think either. Yeah, David don't watch my streams. I'm not cool enough for David, guys. He don't love me.
That's my pea puffer tank, but overlook it because it's like really bad right now. I'm trying to get them in a 29, so I've kind of neglected this tank.
It looks like
But
a
that's I've
40.
got. Huh?
What size tank is that? Like a 40?
No, this is a 20
Oh,
long.
oh,
And
looks
uh
great.
and then here is my 75 with I put my brine shrimp hatcheries in it so it keeps them warm so I don't have to use a light. I've got my breeding group of albino cories in there, my my 4 electric blue acara juveniles, and this big ass snail right here. And I have a red hump geophagus down there somewhere. If he'll come out. Oh, there
Is
he is.
is that all
I'm
fry
gonna have
running around in there, or is that duckweed?
oh, that's duckweed.
Oh, okay.
It needs to be topped off. It's pretty bad. It's the evaporation's really bad.
I like that brine shrimp hatching on the tank. That's pretty cool.
That's the zest. I just took it off the stand and we hung it on the side of the tank so that way it'd stay warm.
That was smart. I like
Yeah.
that. I might do that now.
That was actually my daughter's idea. So he's a
Well,
genius.
credit to Anita.
Right? And then here's my golden angels. They spawned, I think it was last week or a little over last week, and they ate their eggs. I scared them to death. And then I've got false Julies in there, or reticulated Julies, whatever you want to call it, as well as my bristlenose pleco, wherever he is. One of my bristlenose plecos that I used to use for breeding, but I quit doing that because nobody wanted them. Huh.
Wait, you
So
bristle those?
yeah,
Oh my god, I saw
here's
those things
one
in
of them.
cupcakes online.
They're long fins too,
I'll send them
but
to me.
that's one of them I bred.
I would love
That
to have
right there.
some.
Well, I could breed some more. I'm happy to. Actually, I've still got like 6 or 7 of them left. So
Are they all long fins?
yeah, they're all long fins. So
Oh,
something cool about my Corys, they're all long fins too. Well, most of them. Some of them are short fins. Some of the females. But I started with all short fin albino Corys, and then they started breeding, and every once in a while, a long fin would pop out, and I was like, that's kind of crazy. I don't have any long fins. So I started keeping the long fins and adding them to my breeding group, and now I get pretty much almost all long fins.
oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I kind of developed my own long fin breeding group. Okay, let's see. I'm going to take you back to my bedroom. So I'm going to turn the camera off for a minute, but I shall put my get out of there. Get out of there. Go to your crate. Go to
Hello,
your crate.
Holly. How are you? North says beautiful angels. Going to the bedroom.
Okay, see, this is my messy rack right now. See, it's in flux really bad.
How do you sleep at night with all those tanks?
Well, right now it's hard, but These in here are kind of bare because they're mostly my breeding tanks and stuff, and I don't have a lot of lids, so I've got a bunch of junk over them to stop them.
Yep.
This is, oh my goodness, I didn't do any of these in here. This is my breeding pair of electric blue Acaras. They haven't bred for me yet because I just got them a couple of weeks ago, and I don't think they like the fact that this tank is bare. But every time I get plant to put in, they end up in the top. So, and I've got my C003 Corey's back there. I don't know why you can't see them. Oh, come on. I'm trying to get them to come out here. If I can keep from tripping over the hose. Here. Come on. Oh, they're being pains in the butt. He's going to attack the. Did you see him try to attack the? Oh, there they are. There they are. Can you see them?
Yeah.
And they hit again.
These are what? CO3s?
Yeah, they're called Decker Corys.
Oh, I'm not familiar with them. Kind of looks like
Yeah, I wasn't either. And then there's my blackworm farm and Daphnia. And then here are my axes. If I can ignore the cords and stuff. Like I said, we're moving stuff around. I don't know where they're at. Oh, one of them's back there.
What are these axolotls?
Yeah.
Are you breeding them too?
No. These are just pets. Although I have lineage for one of them, so I could breed them if I wanted to.
I learned a lot about axolotls at one of our group meetings. I didn't know that like there's a whole line of them that are genetically like bred to go on land.
They're genetically what?
Something about their genetics make them so that they want to go on land.
Oh, yeah, they can work sometimes. Yeah.
I guess some genetic line or something's like messed
yeah.
up.
Some of them will morph, and if their genetics are weak.
Yeah, they start drowning or something.
Right. This is my garden killifish tank. I've got just the females in it right now because I'm separating them again to get them ready for breeding. This was my Cobra Koi guppy line tank, but all my guppies seem to have disappeared. I've got 2 left. They keep just like disappearing, and I know part of it's because I have no lid on there, but I'm not finding any bodies either. Another Daphnia culture. This was my grow out tank, but there's almost nothing in it now because my Corys are pretty much mostly gone, and I've only got a couple psychos. See, right there's one of them.
Yep.
See, my Corys in the back. There's one right there. And let's see. And this is my I don't know how to pronounce it. I've been calling Force Achilles. They're nothobranchius as well.
Oh, you're Norphos?
Yeah. The garden rye killifish are fundulopanchax, so they're non-annuals. But this is an annual. This is a nothobranchius. Forshai.
Fort Shotai?
FOERSCHI.
Oh, for shit.
And this is supposed to be one of my my golden Australe tanks. But I've, again, got them separated. This is my mutt guppy and cold guppy tank, one of them. I've got them all growing out. As you can see, I've got plenty of them in here. Don't tell the cold tank right now. I already did. So there's little baby guppies everywhere. I've got to get these and sex them before they start having more babies in here again.
Nice.
Keyword again. Say again?
Is that a mounted shrimp?
A shrimp?
What's all that red in the corner?
Where? Over.
Right. That's
that's a breeder moth. A breeder moth. I let them use for hiding.
Oh, it looks like a bunch of shrimp.
And then here is another Cory and guppy grow out tank. Again, ignoring how dirty it is. Because the Corys love to play in the mold and stuff. Like they love it. So and plus it holds microorganisms and stuff for them to eat and snack on while they're ouch, between meals is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Sorry, I'm going back in the living room. That was it. I mean, that was pretty much all my things. Do you want to see a particular tank again?
Oh, that was quick. You've ran through those tanks.
Yeah.
I'd like to see your Forshai again.
Okay. Okay, they're in back.
Are you breeding them yet?
I'm trying. I've got 2 clutches on them as well as the gun thrush. So
The Norfolks breed, they hatch out quicker, right? Or are they longer?
Yeah. Well, no, they take longer to hatch, but they grow up quicker. Like they're ready to breed in like 2 months. So
Okay.
you know, it can. It's hard to see. Let me
The
see if I
one
can
thing
get
I hate
this up.
about Achilles, they take forever to hatch them out.
Yeah. There's my four shy.
Oh, I see you got a good little group going. How many's in there right now?
Two, just a pair.
Oh, just a pair. It looks like more in the
Hmm.
tank.
That's just water spots.
Had me fooled. What are you just doing like the cocoa fiber for the base?
Yeah, I put it in a container, which I can't get the containers to fit up. They keep flopping over. But I put it in a container, and then it gets all over the place, and I have to vacuum it off the floor too. But
So put a rock on the bottom of the cup.
there's rocks in it. There's plant weights in it. It
Oh,
just
really?
for some reason when the water comes in, it tips it all to the side, and I can't get it to fix. So
Oh, another thing I do too is I go to Dollar Tree and I pick up the glass bowls,
yeah,
and because they're so heavy, they don't rotate on you. Flip.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, and you can even get like Pyrex ones with like the lids on them too,
Wait,
and then you just cut a
there
hole.
are three. Oh, I remember. Anita, did
Okay,
you
so I
put another
wasn't seeing things. Okay, you're making me feel like I'm going
fish
crazy.
in? Hold on, let me yell at my daughter because there's not supposed to be three fish in here. Anita, what? There's three fish in the four-side tank. Oh, why are there three fish in the four-side tank? Come here. Did you put one of the babies in there? Oh no, shit. I'm so sorry. There is supposed to be three babies in there because one of them is a mystery killifish female that came with them. That I'm trying to see if I can figure out what kind of killifish it is. It's not a Notho. Um, it was that one that just went sideways. Anyway, not a Notho. It's that one right there, I believe. And they pretty much all freaking killifish females of the same similar.
All identically gray. I know it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So like he's like, here, you can have this female. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with it? It's like, I don't know, but I need it out of my store. I was like, whatever. So he puts it in my bag. So yeah, I forgot there was three in here. That's great, right?
I can't sometimes I find fish I forgot all about.
But yeah, so you want to see anything else or
I don't know.
my guppies again? Some of my guppies.
So what's your next fish you want to get?
Well, I will tell you that hold on, let me go sit down again so I can quit pushing the wrong button. The next pair I'm getting next week or this coming week, I'm getting a pair of splendid killies, or they're also called Aphysinian splendiplur or something like that.
Okay.
And damn it. And I'm also getting a pair of Nothobranchus. It looks like it spells it's courthouse with a K. Is what
Oh,
that looks like
Cortázar.
it's spelled like. Yeah,
Cortázar.
something like that.
I've
So
had them.
I'm getting a pair. Yeah, they're really pretty. I'm getting two pairs of a pair of each of those next week. They're supposed to ship out tomorrow or Tuesday.
Where are you getting
So
them from? If you don't mind me asking.
Blue Blades,
Blue Blades.
blueblade.com or blueblade something.com. Yeah, it's a Blue Blade Killies. Well, they do Killies and they do all kinds of fish, but they even do axolotls. So, but
Oh,
he's really cool. Oh my God, my dog just got into something. That is wonderful. 1 second while I yell at my daughter.
made me not want a puppy anymore. I'm trying to talk the wife
He's
into getting a
not
puppy.
even a freaking puppy. He's 6 years old.
Yeah.
But he likes to go in and dig in the trash when I'm not looking, and I should have known that he should have been being watched when I was in the bedroom. He's got something. I don't know what he's got.
As long as it ain't a chicken bone.
Yeah. No, it's not. We haven't had bone. I haven't gotten bone-in chicken in a long time. So,
Huh.
is he being a brat? Well, this is going to be fun because my dog is not happy right now, and he's a 75-pound pit bull, so he's a pain in the butt right now.
Yeah.
So, he's all bark though, like literally. He's chicken from the fridge and he just ate it. Oh well, he'll just be sick and have a sick stomach all day. Anyway, so yeah, I think my three favorites have got to be my 55 that looks all jungly, my
Yeah.
14, and my 90. Those are my
Okay.
3 favorites. So they're the ones that look the nicest. I used to have all kinds of nice ones. The one that's over here empty by the other 55, that was my original 55-gallon that I got for when I was, first starting with multi-tank syndrome.
Yep.
So, but it, okay, I'm going to tell you this story and you're probably not going to believe it, but I'm going to tell it to you anyway. And
You win a
everybody's
lottery.
like, no, I wish it was like the opposite. It was horrible. It was horrifying. I had put the 55 up, and at the time I had 5 tanks, I believe it was. I had just started putting up my second 55, the one I showed you.
Yeah.
And I wanted some floating plants. I wanted them so bad. I wanted red root floaters or frog bit, but I couldn't find any. Every time I tried to have it shipped, it would die. And so I was looking for somebody around here that had some. This woman that had some floating plants for free. And now keep in mind my 55-gallon at the time had been up for like 6 or 7 months. Perfect. Not a spike in ammonia. I even put 20 something fish in at once.
Okay.
And it didn't even spike ammonia, not at all. And so it was that stable going on. Well, this woman gives me like 3 Django. Sorry. That woman gave me like 3-gallon Ziploc baggies of floating plants. I was elated. I was like, oh yeah, I can find a good deal. That's awesome. So I go around and I'm looking all proudly at my tanks and I put them all in the tanks and it covers every tank. Just like I already needed to pull some out.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there looking around. I'm thinking, oh, how awesome that looks. And then all of a sudden, this horrifying rain. I'm not kidding you. Of snails just comes pouring out. It looked like Armageddon. It was horrible. All 5 of my tanks had just started pouring down. And like that substrate you saw over there in the 55 earlier with all the snails, that's what my substrate looked like, at least.
Really?
By the time it got done in all my tanks. We even went through there removing it. But if so, everybody's like, you overfeed, you have to overfeed. That's why you got an infestation. I was like, no. No, that's not why I've got an infestation. I got an infestation from the start. I didn't start with one. If I'm going to do it, I do it right, apparently.
Yep.
So, so I had that rain of death. And ever since then, that tank has had one thing after another happen to it. Cycle crashes. I'm assuming from the immediate load of bio load from all the snails. Started that. And then plus it was already overcrowded because it was my first big tank. And of course, I was new to it. Of course, I was going to overcrowd it.
Every week you buy new fish. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Plus, I like the look of a busy tank. So come on now.
But I don't want to fucking watch one tank and it's just not moving. It's boring.
Right. So I just eventually I was like after the final event where I lost like probably 30-ish fish, around 30 fish. So like I'm done. It's cursed. I'm taking it down, and then I'm going to start over from scratch and start it back up. So what I'm going to do with it now, excuse me, I'm just still kind of sick. Okay. What I'm doing with it now is I'm going to take my 2 electric fluorocarb, my breeding pair, take them out of the 40 breeder in the bedroom and put them here in the 55. Or I might take my 2 axolotl boys and put them in here. I don't know. The person I got them from, my friend, she does not want me to do that because she says it's cursed and it will be a death sentence. But I was like, it's not cursed. But yeah, so that's one of the videos I'm going to do a video on. One of the things I'm going to do a video on is my mistakes with the cursed tank, what caused it to be cursed. It's just going to take me a while to do it. So
it's funny. I had a piece of wood I swear was cursed. Every tank I got this nice piece of wood from Petco. It was about like 18 inches. It was like a big base, right? Then it branched off into like 15 separate branches. It looked awesome.
Wow.
So you could either put it on the side and then it comes like all across half the way through the tank. It looked awesome.
Yeah.
Every tank that freaking wood went into, everything died.
Oh my goodness. Did it maybe have some pesticides in it or something?
There had to be something on it because I lost a whole tank of baby bristlenose. Lost like 200 baby bristlenose. Put it in a different tank. I lost a bunch of like baby cichlids, and I threw it in a third tank, and I lost all my starlight breeding group.
Oh, that's not good.
Like, this piece of wood, I'm done with this piece of wood and bird cage. I wanted the bird cage. I'm like, it's not going to any more fish tanks. Then somebody really wanted to buy it off me, and like, I won't have a problem. So I sold it to him for like $20. I said, good luck with it.
How long did it take him to call you and say your wood is cursed?
I told him no refunds. I'm like, you put us in your tank, it's on you. I'm warning you ahead of time.
This thing's got it's got deadly agendas,
Yep, and you've been warned.
right?
Yep.
So I'm sorry, my fish apartment's kind of like anticlimactic, but if it makes you feel better, little Miss Nova is over here, and she is happy to say hi.
Now you're gonna show us your beta hopping through a hoop right now.
No, she doesn't do it yet. She doesn't know how to yet. Oh, I can try though. And let me see if I can get her to do something.
Hi, Elaine. Jeff says you're doing awesome.
Oh goodness. Thank you, Jeff. You're such a sweetheart.
Elaine, hi. Jason, how are the Bumblebee Gobies doing? As of yesterday, they were doing great. I haven't checked on them yet. I checked them this morning and fed them. They were doing fine. I haven't seen them since, Jeff.
Do this way. Turn it around. Let's see if I can get it to where you can see the top of the tank. 1 second.
Now, does your daughter like fish as much as you do?
Well, she's kind of burnt out on them. Is this? I'm kind of burnt out on them because she does the good portion of the. Where is the stupid tank? Okay, it's right here. All right. Can you see? I can't see the whole screen, so I'm not seeing.
I'm just seeing your fingers.
You can't see the.
I can't see nothing in the tank.
Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. Oh, it turned around the wrong.
It's okay. Relax.
It always happens like this. Okay, let me see if I can.
Just
Anita,
breathe. You'll get it.
come here and hold this camera for me so I can see if I can get Nova to jump through a hoop. Oh goodness, she's in a race. She'll only be a few minutes. Okay, 1 second.
No worries.
Okay, let's see. Okay, see here, I'm getting it right now. Put it up there.
How do I turn the camera?
At the other camera, there's an arrow.
Facing back.
Hello.
Hello there. I was playing Dirt 3 on my Xbox 360.
Xbox 360. That's still around?
Well, I've had it since she was 2 years old. So.
It's the only good Xbox in the world.
I got 3 of them.
I've got 2. One of them I don't even know if it works.
Yeah.
I don't even know where they are.
Now watch me not be able to find the damn hoop. Oh, found it. Okay. You gotta scooch over a little bit. You're gonna have to come from the side.
Okay, hold up.
Okay.
I wonder if she'll actually be successful.
First thing I do.
Get her attention.
Well, I don't have to do that. It's already over here. But I'm gonna see if I can get her to jump up first. Can you see it?
They can see it.
Come on, girl.
Beta. It's kind of like How to Train Your Dragon.
Right?
Sorry, I'm shaky.
Come on. Trying to get my other fingers that are closer to her.
Now,
Come on.
Train her when she's not eating, like if she hasn't ate.
I say it again.
Like, is it best to try to like exercise with her when she hasn't eaten for the day?
Yes, yeah, it is. But she's voracious. She'll eat all the time. So I have to be careful. I give her 1 or 2 pieces at a time. And then I spread her feeding out through the day where I give her 1 or 2 pieces at a time. Okay, let's see if I can get her to come through this.
Okay.
Can you see?
Here, let me get here.
She's never been through a hoop before, so. No. Okay. Oh, you got off my finger. Damn it. All right, okay.
Yeah, I'll come through here.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Ah, no, I can't see.
Hold up. Yeah, I'll just go like this. A bit hard to get a good angle.
That's okay, guys.
Don't go around it. Oh, she went through. Did you see her?
Yeah.
Probably not. Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, there she goes.
She went right through it.
So she's voracious though. One, I accidentally dropped some food in her thing, and I thought, oh, I'll just go get a net and scoop it out. It's no big deal. Because I'm used to my bed is not going hog crazy. they eat one or two pieces. They kind of act like they want to, but once they start spitting it out, they're done. They don't keep
Yeah.
doing it. Oh, she was spitting it out, swallowing it. But like before I could even get the damn net in there to do it, she had like 6 pieces of 8. I was like, oh my God, you're going to die. But she loves it. She's doing so good too. And you should see Magma, the other one. He's doing really great. He's not mine though. He's my friend Kristen's. Oh crap! I don't know if I was supposed to say her name.
Kristen.
But,
Ooh.
but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yep. So I mean,
Um,
I'm hoping to get another betta at some point soon. But right now, with all my breeding projects and stuff, I kind of gotta focus. You know.
well, you said you're moving too. When do you plan on moving?
No, I'm not moving.
I thought you said you're
I'm
moving.
not going anywhere. Mm-mm.
They said you're in the process of moving.
No, I just moved. I only moved here a couple of years ago, and I'm not going anywhere. Not with 20-something tanks if I can help it.
I thought you said you were moving in the beginning. Are you moving tanks? Or
No. When I moved in, here.
I
Yeah.
think you were moving. I'm like, oh, okay.
No, like I said, I hope I don't ever have to move. So come on, Django, get up here and leave me alone.
Oh, moving's hard.
Doggy.
I absolutely hate moving. Hey, Jason, I'll do the 50% water change on the Odessa barbs tonight, correct? Yes, Joe, do the water change on your barbs tonight so we can ship them out tomorrow.
I want some more Odessa barbs.
Well, Joe, bro, the Greg Sage ones, are you familiar with them?
No.
Like
I don't know much about Odessas.
So there's like the regular Odessa barbs, and they got like the red color, but the Greg Sage line is a much more vibrant red to them. So they pop a lot more. So Joe bought a pair of them from him or a group for like, I don't know, something stupid, like $110 for like 4 with shipping. And he bred them. Now he's going to be shipping some to Sydney's Angels because he wants some.
I don't think I'm very familiar with Sydney's Angels.
He was on my stream last week.
Oh, okay. I'm really bad with names and stuff. Like I'm really bad with those.
Oh,
so.
I'm horrible too. Don't feel bad. I'm absolutely.
Gotta cover the betta tank before she starts jumping out again. So and that way I can put this up here and possibly I can put my phone down. How's that work?
That looks good.
Yep, not that way.
You just got shorter on me, but we can make it work.
Well, you know, never mind. I'm okay.
You all right?
I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm very clumsy if you can't tell. Let's try this.
I think you're a little nervous. You're doing fine though.
Well, it doesn't help that my hands like to shake all the time anyway. And I don't know if you can. Oh, that's better.
Oh,
I can see now.
Your hands didn't look shaky to me. Your daughter's hands were more shaky, but no, you seemed fine. Into the Future says those are the ones he wants to get, the Greg Sage Odessa barbs.
Those are cool. I bet they're cool. There's a vibrant red. Red is like, well, as you can tell, I like red. So
yeah, let's see if we can pull them up real quick. Greg Sage.
What?
So they're kind of like a darker body with a red, more vibrant red in the middle. Let's see. See if I can do this right on the first try.
You can do it.
See, it's the kind of courage I need.
Do it.
It's like I'm in an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, that's where it's from. You can kick his butt.
Was it the Water Boy?
Yeah. I'm not even that big of an Adam Sandler movie fan, but when I was in the cult, I thought it was fun to sneak off and watch Adam Sandler movies. That was the only thing I could find at a friend's house, and so I'd sneak off and watch the movies because we weren't allowed to watch TV and stuff. So I don't like them now, but they were sure were funny then. Ooh, those are nice. Those are vibrant. You were right.
Yeah, that's what they look like. They
A lot
actually
of
look.
in there.
Am I on a different page right now? Oh, I'm still on that page. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
they really pop. They pop more in
yeah,
the
they
tank.
do.
When I went to Joe's house, I was like, wow, they really do pop.
Yeah, sometimes pictures do great, but then other times they don't do justice to the fish.
Yeah, it's like our cameras aren't high enough quality to pick up the true colors of them.
Right. Which is sad because they're supposed to be like seriously high quality by now, right? So
Well, it's like they're seriously high quality from a distance, but when you get up close, the quality just goes to trash. I feel like.
very true. I try to use the macro feature on my camera all the time. And it's supposed to be a really good one. I've got the what do I have? S24, Galaxy S24. So it's got a good camera on it. But
Yeah, no, it's just I have the
I
same
just don't
phone.
know how to use it.
I have the same exact phone. This is making me
So do
want to
you?
buy some more fish, Sarah.
Oh God, right.
Well, Sarah, you're welcome to come over. I got millions of fish in my basement. There's hundreds.
I was
They're
wondering
ready.
how many I've got.
What's that?
I said I wonder how many fish I've got. I've probably got at least 50 guppies alone.
I don't know. Do you count fry like hatch fry as fish? That's the question.
No, depends if they're little teeny tiny, like barely sperm. I mean, tadpoles. You know what
What?
I mean? When they look like barely tadpoles. I was
Oh,
gonna say
okay.
something else, but anyway, when they look just like tadpoles, I don't really because you can't even count them. They're so tiny most of the time, especially when you have big Cory batches. Like sometimes I have well over 100 Corys in my batches. So I mean, there's no way I'm counting those when they're like freaking minuscule. So
Yeah.
I don't really count those much. I count more like juveniles and bigger ones that look like fish. But
Gotcha.
I don't have any super tiny fry right now anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
got some eggs incubating, but that's about it.
I got what do I got? I got pearl scale angel fry. We got black angel fry, Philippine blue angel fry, and whatever else. Like, if you count the fry, I probably got close to like 2,000 fish. If you just count,
Yeah,
fish,
I'm not
probably
surprised.
800, 900.
Especially angels.
Yeah, they breed like crazy.
do,
And
you,
people
do you have
never, huh?
blue pearl scales?
Huh?
Do you have blue pearl scales?
Yeah, I got two batches going from them right now.
I want some so bad. I had a blue pearl scale named Yeti, but you couldn't put anything in with him. He would go after it. He wasn't like he wouldn't try to kill it or anything, but he would harass it to death. Like he would harass it until it just like couldn't take it anymore. He did that to my electric blue Akara.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's,
And my electric blue Akara is a bully in his own right. So or was a bully in his own right. So uh yeah. But I tried to put him with I got female for him 3 different times and he chased the crap out of him, wouldn't leave him alone, harassed him. So I finally took him back to the store. I was like, I can't do anything with him. That I can't breed him because he won't let me put him in with another angel. So
yeah.
I miss him though. He was really, really, really pretty.
Well, I got like hundreds growing out right now.
I might just get rid of the 2 I've got and grow out some of yours.
I got plenty, and they're breeding like wildfire at the moment. And people never commit to waiting until they're fully matured before taking pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good to know. Do you have any cherry shrimp by chance? I should have at least 100 unless they died in the 50-gallon lowboy. Sarah.
Oh, I want a low boy. My
So
friend got one. We got one for $40.
I got mine for $50, and it came with the
So,
stand.
oh, nice.
The
Well, this
wrought
one's
iron
just a
stand.
tank. Yeah. And it was a display at the store.
So
And
was mine.
they quit using it, so they sold it to us for $40. And they even gave us a discount for being to our local fish club. They
Yeah.
usually give us that anyway, but when they sell like parts of the store, they don't. But since I've got a good relationship with the guys that run the fish part of it, they were like, "Yeah, just do your discount." So
Nice.
yeah, they're really good. I've got a good relationship with them, and they do right by me. So they give me a
Awesome.
lot more than I should than they are supposed to. for my babies, and then they give me huge discounts on plants and fish whenever I buy from them. So
That's how it is with my LFS. It's nice that
yeah,
way, isn't it?
yeah, it is. And the thing is, people are always. I've heard people that do it say like you have to treat it like if it's going to be a business, you got to treat it like business. But we're not businesses. We're hobbyists. Just because we breed doesn't mean we're trying to open like this corporation or something. And a lot of selling and buying is we're building a relationship. And if you want good products and good deals and to really make the most out of your money, you have to be in some sort of have good rapport with the people you work with.
Yep.
They can pull that kind of money for you.
Hello, Cecil. Hello, Mel. No, I agree with 100%, and I tell people that all the time. They're
Yeah.
they're like, the LFS won't buy from me, and I'm like, you don't give them business. You just show up and you say, buy my fish for these ridiculous prices.
Right. And see, that's another thing. I don't go dictate my price. What I do is I look and I see what a third of their sale price is for, because that's usually what, if you're lucky, you can get about a third of their sale price for your fish. And I look and see what that is, and then I ask them, so what are you thinking? Because most of the time, like I got $10 for my red hum geo the other day,
Yep.
and I got $70 for 12 Corey's, 10 vinegar eel cultures, and the red hump geo. I got $70 for that. So I mean, and granted, it's store credit, but here you have to have a business license before they can give you cash. So I can't do that. So,
Oh,
but they give me most of the time they give me about half of what they sell their fish for. So my Corys, they give me probably about 3 each for my Corys, and they sell them for I think $5.99 or something like that.
that's
So
pretty good.
yeah, my
You know,
long fins they sell for more closer to 7, and they give me $3.50 to $4 for those too.
that's pretty nice of them to do that.
Yeah,
Like my LFS, I try to do like 30%
yeah,
cost, but it also comes down to the fish. If it's like a fish that I got that he can't get,
yeah,
I have a limited supply, I will sell it for a higher price to him, and he's okay with it because it's still cheaper than his wholesaler. Because like
right.
for him to get gold lasers, his wholesaler was charging $14.
Mhm.
That was
That's
wholesale,
crazy.
and they were the worst quality gold lasers you ever seen.
Right. See, my LFS says that they pays me more because they say because they're local and they're healthy, and he doesn't have to worry about shipping stress and stuff like that with the other one. So he's not supposed to give me more than what he would pay the wholesaler, but he does sometimes.
Well,
So
it's the whole thing too. You're also bringing him the fish. You put all the
yep,
work in. He knows the fish are healthy. The same thing with my LFS. I even keep my waters cooler because he don't heat his tanks at the store. So when they go there, they don't get shocked out and instantly break down.
right, right,
Mel says she's been here lurking the whole time, patient like a sniper. I'm gonna say patient like a midnight fart. Um,
right.
uh, does she breed Venezuelan Corys? Do you breed any Venezuelans? Or you
Well,
can't?
I've got the only Venezuelans, but I'm still growing them out. They're not breeding yet.
Okay. Did you get yours
At
from
least sorry, go
Cheryl?
ahead. I didn't
Did
hear
you
you.
get, did you get yours from Cheryl too, or did you get them from locally?
No, I got mine from my LFS.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's one thing I do. If I want a new breeding project, I don't like the idea that I might get stuck with babies that I can't do anything with, because I don't have resources to be taking care of extra babies that I can't, sell. So I go in there and I'm like, okay, so what would you like on your shelf? What would you like to see in your tank that could make you some money, that could make me some money? And so they'll sell me a trio or a pair, or whatever it is that we discuss and talk about, and that'll be my next breeding project. And he gives me good discount on it because he knows that I give him first pick of any juveniles or fry. So he always gives me really deep discounts. Like the Gunthrai pair, I think was like 20 something, 25, I think, 99, and he gave it to me
Yeah.
for 17.99.
Okay, that's pretty nice.
So yeah. So, and even when I'm buying fish that I'm not buying for breeding purposes, he knows, like, I go in there, I spend so much money, they joke about my name should be on the sign. That I own part stock in the store. So it's nothing for me to walk in there and be like, hey, see you again today. And I'm like, yeah, probably.
Yeah, no.
So
Luckily, I built such a relationship with my LFS. Like he pretty much gives me all my fish at wholesale prices.
yeah, exactly.
You
Yeah, that's
know, like
another thing they do. If I go in and buy fish whenever they get their shipment, I always go in every week on their shipment, whether I buy or not. And if I buy something, if I buy the bag, they like sell it to me for what they got, what they pay for it.
yeah, because you're taking all the
So,
risk of dying.
yeah. And they don't even have to empty the bag and catch them out. So they're like, well, it's bag prices today to me. And I'm like, all right, let's do this. So
uh, we got new local Austin here. Hello, Austin.
hello, Austin.
Mel, love you too, Jason. Yep, I love you too. I need to grow these reduced amount of fry out for my LFS. Semi-patiently wait and patiently power feeding. We forgot the water changes.
Well, that's another thing too. The LFS will give you more if they're bigger. Like if they're healthier and bigger. That at least mine does. He throws on a little bit extra if they're bigger and growing out more.
Yeah, same with mine. But I always try to bring most. It depends on the fish, but usually I try to bring stuff in right around an inch
Yeah,
and
that's
color
about what I
them.
do. Sometimes a little bit. I usually go. It's no less than an inch, but sometimes it's more, depending on it. So sometimes I'll have my quarries and they won't even need them, and they'll end up being an inch and a half long before I even get them up there because they won't need them right away. So, or because I've got so many that I just have to split them up in batches to sell them. So,
Yeah, no, I get it. Like I'll bring him my buddy a pistols at the LFS, and they'll be legit 2 inches, 3 inches, and
yeah.
ready to breed. He's like, "Holy shit, these are nice shit." He's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Dude, same price. Give me $5 a piece." There you go. You know,
Yep.
he sells them
Nice.
20 bucks a pop,
Yep.
and I breed so many of them that I don't even care about the pricing.
Yeah.
Make
Right. Well, you pity that up too.
Yeah, so that's why it gives me great deals. Yeah, no, like I
I
said,
get
though,
it.
like, the whole thing is building a relationship with your LFS.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was shopping there. Well, it wasn't really shopping. I went in a lot and looked, but being a small mom and pop shop, their prices are a little more expensive than I I can afford sometimes until I started getting the store credit. Now I buy a ton of stuff there, like all the time. I'm buying stuff there. Um, so the cool thing is it's store credit, so I can use it for the dogs or any other area of the store too. It's a pet shop, so with a fish section, and yeah. So I started out just going in there to look around and look at the fish and stuff, and
Yep.
then I had told him about how my Corys had started breeding. I didn't tell him it was accidental. I just said my Corys are breeding and I want to sell the fish. Da, 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 da. I said, so are you guys interested in working with local breeders? And at first he was kind of hesitant. He's like, yeah, local breeders. He said, but if you're just wanting to surrender some fish, he said, we're not going to pay for those. I said, no, no, no. I'm planning on breeding them on purpose. I just want to make sure I have somewhere for to sell before I start doing it. He's like, oh, okay. He said, well, just come up here sometime and we'll discuss what breeding projects you have, and I'll let you know what we'll take and what we won't. We'll go from
Yeah.
there. I was like, all right. So, and that's how it started. But it started with me just going in and talking, asking questions, buying fish, just building a relationship with them.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like you got to build a relationship. You got to buy stuff.
Right.
Same thing with my LFS. Like he hates when like I don't want to point anybody out. Try not to. You know what I mean? But like, let's
Yeah.
say like the saltwater groups.
Yeah.
We have some big groups, and they wanna they don't want to shop there, spend money there, but they want to show up and try to sell all the coral there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like come spend the money with me, create a business,
Right.
and build a relationship first. Because you're gonna show up and try to sell these fancy pieces of coral for this exorbitant amount of money that he's gonna be lucky if he
Right.
gets it. The thing doesn't die. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And
But the
there,
whole thing
yeah,
is like he don't want to deal with anybody that doesn't take time to invest in his business because he's invested so much into it. You know what I mean?
exactly. Well, that not only that, but why should he invest in them if they're not willing to invest in the place where they're, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make a lot of
Exactly.
sense.
They're just making
And if
money
you
off
won't
him.
sell there, why would you sell your fish there? So that doesn't make sense to me.
No, and it's just that's what I say. Like I tell a lot of people, I'm like, they're like, oh, you won't buy my fish from me, and I'm like, well, you need to build a relationship with them.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
they're
you
like,
go
well,
in
you
there
guys
often.
are fish. I'm like, I've been dealing with him for years, and like I help him out, he helps me out. I do favors.
Yeah. I mean, it's so casual between us now that I can, if I call up there to ask him something, he's like, "What the are you calling me for?" I'm really tired of hearing from you. He'll say stuff like that to me. And I'm like, "Do you talk to everyone that way?" And he goes, "No, you're special."
Oh, so am I. I got his freaking cell phone number. Now we're like buddies.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah.
That's all though. Just build a relationship with him. So Branton's here. Hi, Branton.
Hey, Brenton in the bottom.
Mr. Christopher Junkin. I was excited to come hang out with Jay. Then I saw Shirley was on here, and I'm not allowed to be here because of the stalking warrant against me.
Yeah, I've got a restraining order against him. No, I'm just kidding. He
Oh,
keeps saying I'm stalking him, and I'm like, I was there first, dude. You know. Christopher's actually the one that introduced me to the Blue Blade guy that I got my killifish. That I'm getting my killifish from next week.
oh, nice.
And the Blue Blades guy is awesome. I sent him some emails and was asking him questions. I was like, I'm sorry if I'm bugging you. I want to get these fish, but I don't want to. I want to take care of them correctly and breed them properly. And he was happy to answer my questions. And apparently, I made an impression on him because one of the pairs of Achilles he's not charging me for.
Really, that's nice.
Yeah, the Nothobranchius ones. I
Yeah.
had just bought the blended Achilles. That's the only ones I was planning on buying. And he said I would really like to send you this pair of Notho Achilles. He said they're one of my favorites, and I think you'd like them too. He said I would have just put them in the box, but I know some people may not have extra tank space. I was like, no, I got plenty of tank space. So he's supposed to send those with them. He just gave them to me. So Christopher's like, well, he must have liked you. Like apparently.
That's awesome. No, it's nice when you get along with people and they hook you
Yeah.
up.
Right. Especially when you're
Now,
broke. That's the whole point, right?
yeah, I'm looking at his website right now. So, what do you just email him to order?
Yep. You email him, ask him what his stock list is, what he's got going on. He will like I had called him back in January, I think it was, and told him I was interested in the volcano. And he said they weren't ready yet. And that in the spring they would be ready, and that if he didn't hear from me then he would email me. Well, I didn't actually think he would ever actually email me because I don't know him. He doesn't know me. Why would he do that? Right. And so I made arrangements with Bougie to get her volcanoes. And then he emailed me back like right after I made arrangements with Bougie. And he's like, if you're still interested in the volcanoes, they're ready. He said, also, I've got the other ones you asked about, the splendid ones. And he told me about that. And I was like, I had those. And then that's when he offered the Nothos. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds
I
like
only
a
have to
really
pay
good
$40
guy.
for shipping.
Now, what's he charge for killifish for pairs and stuff like that?
The splendid Achilles, I believe were 26 for a pair. Yeah, 26 for the pair. The volcanoes, he was giving me a trio for I think it was 25-ish, 30. I don't remember, 30 I think it was for a trio of the volcano.
Okay,
So,
that's not
well,
bad.
it was going to be a male and a female, and then one that was we were hoping was a male, but could be a questionable, or hoping it was a female, but could possibly be a male, like one of the iffy ones. So, and like hopefully it would have worked out, but that's what we were gonna work with. So,
Okay,
and then I decided to get the splendid Achilles instead of the volcanoes because I already got the volcanoes. So,
gotcha.
but did you
No,
see the
that's
splendid?
awesome. Now, what's
The
the shipping
splendid
price?
Achilles?
Huh?
Well, mine costs $20, I think. Yeah, $20 for the shipping. It's 2-day shipping.
Oh, the UPS.
Yeah, I believe so. I
$20.
hope
That's
so.
good.
I gave him my address here, and the USPS likes to steal my packages. So I hope it's not. I hope it's UPS. If I
Jeff
have
wants.
to have anything,
Huh?
huh? I was going to
Jeff.
say if I have anything sent. Flag has got is good. Okay, you go ahead.
Jeff was wondering how much for the garden eye pair was.
I didn't buy my garden rye from him. I bought my garden rye at the LFS, and they were labeled $25.99. I got them for $20, I think.
Okay.
So
All right, Christopher. Most of the pairs of killifish are between $20 to $35. He's super reasonable.
definitely, yeah,
That's
he
very
is.
reasonable.
Yeah, and he doesn't gouge you on shipping either. He does, he tries to make sure he gives you the cheapest rate possible for a good quality, shipping.
Oh, and he's got my
So
favorite killies, the bears and the courthouses.
yeah, the courthouses is the ones I'm getting.
The Mafia Islands, they're so pretty.
Yeah,
And the Bear 98 is still my favorite, too. Oh, wow. Does he sell eggs, too, or just fish?
I'm not sure. I've only asked him about fish.
Because I love hatching out the eggs. I find it
I
fun.
do too. That's one of the reasons I like breeding them because I love Do you do the dry or the wet incubation?
I never did that. I just always bought eggs, so I was too lazy to wait 6 months.
Well,
I'm
like
impatient.
The Australians and the garden rye that I've got, they don't go 6 months. It's like 6 weeks to 6 to 8 weeks, I think is what it is. Or maybe it's no 3 to 6 weeks is what you start checking them about 3 weeks, and then it can take anywhere from there to 6 weeks for them to be eyed up and ready to hatch.
So
So
the garden rye.
yeah, the garden rye and Australia that I've got are both swish spawners, which means they can do dry or wet incubation.
Okay.
So you can either leave them in the water and let them hatch that way, or you can dry them out, and let them go through diapause, and then hatch them out. I like to do the dry incubation. I never could get the wet incubation to work for me. They just would literally fuzz up and disintegrate. And even when I had methylene blue and stuff in there, I just couldn't get it to work. So I started doing the dry incubation, and I really like it because it's easy. You can transfer them wherever. It's a lot easier for them to be packed away and put away. They're not a tub floating somewhere, getting in your way
Yep.
for 3 weeks. And not only that, but they don't hatch like one here, this there, one here, one there. Because whenever you water incubate, they could take a week for all of them to hatch out. So so when you do the dry incubation, they all hatch within 24 to 48 hours of each other.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. That way, not waiting a week.
Yeah,
Because when they hatch out a week later, then they're already eating the babies.
yeah, exactly, and that's the big thing. You have to when they get to a certain point. I think it's like 6 weeks or somewhere around 4 to 6 weeks. I think I have to look again to get the information right, but you have to check them and separate them because they get really cannibalistic around that time.
Yep.
The big ones will eat the little ones, and you'll have half the babies gone. So
Okay. Good to know. So I've kept Achilles. I never bred them. I've hatched them out a bunch. There used to be a
yeah,
guy out of Texas, the Achilles Shack. What was his name? Not Ethan. It's not Dan. The hell is it? Crap, I'm brain farting. But he bred a lot of different varieties of killifish. Like I would just buy eggs from him. It was like $5 or $10 for a batch of eggs, and he'd send you we'd hatch out. Me and Joe were hatching out over 100
yeah,
bars in one thing.
yeah. They like to lay big clutches.
Yeah, no, we were like, holy crap, we end up with 200 fish at a time. And the guys, you guys got so many.
Well, I don't know if it's lucky or unlucky, but the survival rate's not really usually super high when you have big batches like that of killies. At least mine are. And now I haven't had a whole lot of high hatch rate though. Now I have had a whole lot of egg numbers of eggs, like amount of eggs. Like I think I was getting over 100 eggs every 3 days from my first pair of garden rye.
Yep.
But the hatch rate was I'd get probably 50% hatch rate because they weren't all fertilized. So
That's kind of like me and my Corys.
yeah,
Corys, I get half the hatch rate if I was lucky.
no. My Corys, I think the worst hatch rate I have, you're going to think I'm a liar too. I had counted over 100 eggs, and I only had three that did not hatch. I didn't have any fungus, I didn't have any unfertilized. I had three that did not hatch. So I literally had a 97% hatch rate. Don't look at me like that. But that was when I first started too. Like I didn't know anything. Now I was randomly killing the babies left and right because I didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, but I had a pretty good hatch rate.
Yeah, no, I was lucky if I got half the hatch out.
What kind of Corys you got though?
That was between the Pandas, Thurbyes, Julies, Bronze, Albinos, Emeralds.
Well, the bronze albinos and emeralds should have been all up in that.
No, half a hatch rate out of all of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were they young, really young, or really old?
No, they were perfect. They were primed. I bred them for a couple of years.
Well, you just don't have the touch. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
I could raise my fry though.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh my God! The first thing that happened, I was so devastated. I walked in. I had some little, super little. They were just barely big enough to where they started to not look like tadpoles anymore, and they were starting to look like actual fish. And I had them in a 20-gallon long, sitting over here on the table beside my bed or beside my couch. And my daughter went over there to feed, and she put her hand in the water. She's like, "Mom, this is really hot." And I was in the middle of talking, so I only half paid attention. And I said, "Well, turn it down." She's like, "No, I mean really hot." And she said, "The babies aren't moving." And I was like, "What?" Like I was on the phone. I threw the phone and and I jump up. This was my first actual clutch of Corey's, and I jump up all of them. All 100 and something of them were dead, except for 8. We found 8. We found 8 of them. 8. We found 8 survivors as we were cleaning them out. The heater had malfunctioned, and it went up to like 98 degrees. Friday.
Yeah, I've been there. It sucks.
Yeah. So, and the thing was, I bought like the same heater, and I bought it for like 7 of my tanks, and one after the other, they all failed. And I'd had them for over 6 months, and they all at the same time, within a week of each other, all failed. One
What
was
year
failing
was
every
this?
day. I don't know, but I threw a fit. I was like, it's a murdering heater, and da 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 da. They took it off the shelves.
Oh yeah,
So
LFS.
yeah, no, it wasn't at my LFS. I ordered it from Amazon, and it
Oh
was a store that AQQA or whatever I think is the store that had it. I don't know how you pronounce it, but that was one of the brands or whatever. I don't remember what store it was. That I threw a fit with the manufacturer, and I was like, they kind of gave me the runaround at first that I didn't do this or I didn't do that, and I was like, 7 of them failed within less than a year, and I have a year warranty. I want a refund or a replacement. And well, the first 2 times they failed, they gave me a replacement. I was okay with that because I thought it was just a glitch. And then the other 5 failed, one after another. I was like, I said, just no, just give me my money back. I don't. They actually refunded me for all of them, even the ones they replaced.
Oh
So,
wow.
and then they took it off the shelf. So, but
Nice.
I laid into them, reviews everywhere that they were selling that product. I was into it.
Mel, is the zombie Corey still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. He's in here. And matter of fact, he's probably one of the parents of the babies that I've had. She sent me some Corys. And one of them, we thought one had died in shipping. He was upside down. He was upside down floating. And so we take him out, still upside down floating, and we put him in a container to see if he would come up. A couple hours later, still upside down floating. Well, we're going to go back and dispose of him. Well, we forgot. So he stayed in that cold container all night. We got up in the morning. He was swimming around. So I don't know. He just resurrected or something. He's a new Jesus.
Wow. Became the
He's still
zombie.
going
Got it.
strong. Yeah.
Holly, a heater murdered her African frogs.
Yeah.
Nope. Heaters can be dangerous.
Yeah. If I could have handle my temperature being in the 70s, I would just heat the apartment, or just let the apartment get warm. I can't handle that. Starts getting 68 and I'm dying. Like, I can't do it. I had a heat stroke when I was 16, so yeah, my internal thermometer is all wired now.
Mel, ink birds and glass thermometers 100% of the time in my trusty temp gun.
Yeah, ink birds are great if you don't have to buy them for 30 tanks.
I don't know what ink bird is.
It's like quite a bit.
What is it?
Well, the generic ones I found were like 30 something dollars, so I can only imagine the ink bird being like twice that much.
I don't know what is an ink bird though. I don't know
Oh,
what it is.
it's a controller. You plug your heater and stuff in, and if the heater malfunctions, it flips it off if it starts going too high or too low, whatever you set it to.
Oh,
It's like a redundant thermostat.
Oh, okay. Oh no, Elaine, I just only run 50-watt heaters now. A 50-watt does my 29-gallon just fine.
Yeah, it doesn't really do much for a 75 or a 55.
Mel says it was her love that brought that Corey back to life.
That was her love. She didn't even know about it. She didn't know it was dead until it came back to life.
So they're making rituals for you to bring your Corey back.
Tell them to not forget to pray to Lord Finsby, the dead. Oh, that's another thing. You remember me telling you about the guppies that I was oh, maybe I didn't tell you about them. The Cobra Koi guppies that I had, they were Cobra Kois, but they're albino, so they had the Cobra Koi markings on them,
Yeah.
and the orange from the koi, but they were white where they were supposed to be black.
Okay.
And I got a trio of them, and they started breeding, and they had a big, like 2 or 3 decent clutches of babies, and I was growing them out. Well, suddenly the male and one of the females disappeared. Like, Okay, maybe something happened and the snails ate them. Sure, fine, whatever. So I'm sitting here waiting. I put one of the males that I taken out that had matured. I put it back in there with them to start breeding again.
Yeah.
I just went there today, and my last female and all the other babies are somehow gone. Like I had two of them left, two babies left. I mean, I only had about probably 12 or 13 total in the first place, but where did 10 fish go? Like, there's no bodies around, which I've got a dog, so it's possible.
They ate them. They jumped out.
Yeah.
But it's all
I mean,
jumping
I
out.
don't think, I don't know because they're not, like I said, unless they died for some reason, because there has been a time or two when my daughter's left the heater off, or when she did a water tank, she forgot to plug the heater in, or no, that one's never had any ammonia spikes. Started saying maybe there was, but there wasn't. I don't know. Like it was a mystery to me because we didn't find any bodies or anything, and they were just all gone. Well, it was a few at a time, but now they're all gone, except for two.
You know, a place I found dead fish was stuck in the sponge filters.
Really? They got stuck in the in the little thing, the flip tube.
Yeah, I found fish. I've had a fish, and I'm like, where the hell did this fish go? And then it's like a month later, I'm cleaning out the fucking thing, and I'm like, oh, there's carcasses in here.
Yeah, we found one baby Corey that had dove down into the uplift tube and got stuck in there, and he couldn't get out, and he died. And so ever since then, we take the uplift tubes off. We don't even keep the uplift tubes on them anymore.
Then I've had that. I used to have canisters on my tanks back in the day, and like I used to clean them in the bathtub because I didn't want to clean in the sink because it was so gross.
Yeah.
And I would just legit dump it, and then all of a sudden there'd be like 100 Corys just swimming out of the freaking canister.
Like, oh god, they're going down the drain.
I know, and you try to save them, and you're like grabbing them, and you splash around like an idiot.
They were Corys.
And a week later, you got 100 more, and it's just like,
right? Like, damn, why didn't I just let them go? I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. That was horrible.
you try to save what you can, and let the rest go down the drain, start a new life.
Populate the sewers.
Exactly.
Quality stock right there.
Shirley keeps her house super cold because Christopher. Shirley keeps her house super cold, so she needs robust heaters in her tank. I am the same way.
Yeah.
Jason, inverters are crucial for better safety. Sorry, but pricey. If you're heating a lot of tanks, I have one on every heated tank and plan until I can heat up the room. No heater losses.
Who's that?
Mel.
Oh, yeah, but she's got 3 tanks, I think.
That's nothing.
Right? You can afford an Inkbird for 3 or 4 tanks, but like times that by 10. And I think they're like $60 or something. I don't know. I haven't. The first time I saw one, I was like, nah, I'm good. Not for this many tanks. And that was when I had like 10 tanks, I think, or 10 or 12. So.
Well, when I used to do the reptiles, I used to use the thermostats, herpstats they were called, and they were like $200, and they'd be like 2 probes, and you could like program for 2 different racks.
Oh wow!
But they were cool because you could do temperatures. You can drop them during the night, and then bring it back up. But it also was like a monitor too. So if like it did go off, like it would start beeping, and you'd be like, "Oh shit, something's not working."
Yeah,
right.
That's what an Inkbird does too. It sets it off an alarm.
Yeah, I had to started doing that after I cooked a snake one day.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was a nasty.
Yeah, I bet. The whole every time that I've had the heaters fail on me, I've looked up some of those thermostats and tried to find ways to buy them, but with just this many tanks, it's not really feasible to buy them. If they had a way to do multiple tanks, like do one level of a rack at a time, then that'd be different. But you got to have one probe for each tank, and they only have one probe on them. So
yeah, that's the whole problem. They came with like 5 probes, and you can just put an outlet.
Right.
What else we got in here? Elaine, I was going to use 2 or 3 50 watts per tank if needed, but the 50s work. So I do 50 watts on my 20s. I put 50 watts. It depends on the fish, though. Like if it's like my discus, I keep them with a higher temperature, with a bigger thermometer.
Bigger.
Yeah, but if it's like betas, some of them I don't put heaters, and if it's like a certain beta I'm trying to breed, I'll put a 50 watt, and they just take the chill out.
Yeah.
I just like my basement's not heated, but during the summertime it's a freaking sauna.
Yeah.
And then during the winter time,
Sorry, go ahead.
You go.
Oh, I was just gonna say I keep my house between 60 and 64 degrees. I mean, it's cold enough. I don't need a chiller for my axolotls.
That's too cold for me. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I don't think I can live with you.
good. I didn't ask you to.
I keep my house around 68, 70. I
No,
mean,
you'd have to learn to put more clothes on and just be like, bundle up, dude. Because you can add more clothes, you can add more layers. There's only so much I can take off because before it starts becoming a problem.
no, I rather just shirt, just a tank top and shorts. All I like to wear.
Well, then you get ready for some cold nips. So that's all I got to say.
That's
I don't
okay.
know what I just said. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
What?
What?
I was talking to my kid.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. Actually, I don't care. Whatever. Have your stupid mousy mouth wherever it went.
Mel, I had a fat blue molly get trapped between the sponge filter and the glass once she died a bit after. I freed her, so now I am sure to space them away from the glass.
Oh.
One time I had an eel get stuck in a freaking clay pot in the middle of the hole.
Oh wow.
And I tried to break it open and cut my hand wide open. That was fun.
Yeah, I bet. Delicious.
$35 on Amazon. Worth it in my opinion. I won't run a heater without one.
The Inkbird, or the is it a generic Inkbird?
I
Because
don't
the
know.
Inkbird itself, last time I saw it was more expensive. But then again, it's been a while, so
Does anybody else on here use Inkbirds?
like the actual Inkbirds.
Or any kind of regulating thermometers? Thermostats, not thermometers, thermostats.
Yeah, like
Inkbird.
one of the Amazon books. Oh, no.
Oh, they got some
He's
cheap
looking
ones,
for something.
$25.
For $5? Do they even
25.
have decent? Oh, I was about to say for $5. I was about to freak out because I didn't come across those anywhere. Yes, I have it. Yeah. There we go.
They should make
I'm
them a more.
unboxing this really wireless mouse. Wired mouse.
I can't see you, Anita.
I know. I'm just gonna show them the box if that's okay.
So have you no. Have you done any like mess with your bettas any other than breeding with them or like I'm playing with mine or no?
Um, I really
I'm the
can't.
weird person that plays with my fish.
No, I never really done anything fancy with them. I just treat them like
Well,
regular
I was
fish.
thinking yeah, I saw some betta association of some kind does the betta Olympics where you send in videos of your fish performing tricks and stuff or doing this or that and my dog's kicking me. And they give rewards. Like I don't know if it's anything serious, but at the time I was like, oh, that's cool. That's neat. You know, somebody should be able to do that. And then I got bettas that learned how to jump out of the water.
Oh,
So
that's pretty cool. No, I never got that far. Like I've had other fish that try and jump out the water, like bigger, like Oscars and stuff.
yeah.
I never tried
Oh,
it with a
Achilles
baby.
will do it.
Huh?
Achilles will do it, Achilles will do it, but they'll do it on purpose to commit suicide. They're like you, they will teleport out that tank. They will.
What if we get an Oscar and train it to jump?
I've done it. It's easy. They love live food.
Let me tell you something. One thing, the way I figured out which bettas to get. Well, first we got Magma. I didn't get Magma. My friend got Magma, the male that was in my video,
Yeah.
and he was when I put my finger in the tank, he was not scared. He came straight up to it. He was nibbling on my finger. He was circling it. He let me touch him, and like he just was all interactive. So I was like, I told her, I said, if you don't get him, I'm getting him. I don't know how, but I will use my bill money. I'm getting it. And so she's like, no, I'm getting him. So she got him. And so I would go over there and his tank is right beside the couch where I always sit when I go over there.
Yeah.
And it got to where I would feed him. So the minute he'd see me pick up his bug bites bottle, he'd start surfing and wiggling and he wiggles his body. It looks like a dog wagging his tail. It's adorable.
Yeah.
And he's glad surf. And then I'd give him some and I started to sprinkle it in there. Well, he started like jumping, going jetting up to the surface and almost coming out. And I was like, I wonder if I could get him to play with me. And so I started playing with him, and pretty soon it didn't take long, and he was jumping out of the water to get food off my finger. And now I've got him starting to go through hoops. So
No, that's
He's doing really good. But he's the reason why I decided to look for Nova because I had a boy, I had boy bettas, and I found this one girl that was really pretty, but she didn't have a lot going on upstairs. She was really pretty, but she wasn't. She was kind of dumb,
slightly
and
irritating.
she was just a fish. So I didn't really think about it. But then whenever I saw Magma and how interactive he was, it made me want another one for myself. So I started looking, and then I found one that was really pretty, and she was gorgeous. And then the night I got her, she jumped out of the tank, crispy critter. So I was so devastated. I was upset. And I was like, no more. Anita was like, no more bettas, mom. I was like, you don't get to tell me what to do.
Yeah,
So I
no,
went back and I looked and I found her. So she has a lid.
that's smart.
Yeah.
Christopher says Inkbirds are great. They are other good brands also, but they are all about the same price. Mel, Team Inkbird. Inkbirds are worth it when you think about what you stand to lose. But yes, if you have a million tanks, heat the room. Chris, we will be heating the room at the church, and I am not looking forward to it. I am with Shirley when it comes to comfort temperatures. I don't like giving betas or any fish the idea of jumping. Yeah, I rather have my house comfortable.
Yeah, me too.
But luckily I have my fish in the basement, so if I wanted to, I could put up another wall and heat it. But I was just afraid there'd be too much humidity.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah,
rather
that's a big problem. I had to have a dehumidifier.
I have one too. Like I was telling somebody, I hooked it up to the sink now, so it goes right down the drain. But before, I used to go down into a barrel, and that would
Yeah.
fill a 13 gallon barrel in 3 days.
Geez.
3 days. Like my humidifier runs a constant line of fluid. It don't drip. It just runs.
Wow. I
That's
gotta
how
get
bad the
I
humidity
gotta
gets.
get some more polycarbonate to make lids for my tanks. Make more lids.
Yeah,
So
I
I'll
don't.
move mine that's cheaper.
Maybe that's why I
Sorry.
should do some lids.
Yeah. They're not hard to make. I mean, polycarbonate, you can use a carpenter knife or whatever, or a utility knife, and just cut it. Or, I mean, you could probably use scissors too, but that would be a pain in the butt. So, I mean, they're not hard to make or
Yeah.
use. And polycarbonate's semi cheap, you know.
Well, the one thing I hate about lids is you got to open them.
I know, right?
I'm a lazy prick. I don't want to open it. Lots of
I'm not
food.
too much of an overachieving fish keeper either. So,
I'm
I
one
like to do it
comedian.
casual.
I'm like, if a fish is a jumper, I just leave the water a lot lower.
Oh, don't do that with Achilles because it ain't gonna matter. Because again, you're probably not gonna believe me.
I don't.
I okay, well, I don't care. I'm telling you anyway. I had 6 juvenile killifish.
Yeah,
Okay, they were probably about this big at the time, and I thought they cannot. I had the water level down this much from their tank. I'm not kidding you, no joke, this much. And I thought, okay, I don't have to worry about a lid tonight. They will be fine. They're because I couldn't find anything to put on for a lid, and I was like, they'll be fine. They're not gonna jump out with 4 to 6 inches of water drained from the tank. I get up in the next morning and all 6 of them were around the tank, dead. All 6 of them.
see, I never had an issue with Keys jumping out on me.
Like you lucky. What kind of killies did you have?
We had Rackavai, Northos, and Gunther Eyes.
Oh, I don't know about them. I mean, I know the Aphistimians and the Fundulopanchax. Those suckers, the semi-annuals, will definitely jump. They love to do that stuff, and it doesn't matter how closed and tight you think that lid is. If there's a tiny, like you don't even need to have hang on back because that little lip, that little open space where the water comes back into the tank, they'll jump
Yeah.
straight out. They'll go straight up the water current out past the filter. So you really got to make sure that any hole is stuffed up, like stuffed with polyfill or something.
Okay.
I speak from experience. I've lost way more killifish than I'd like to admit to jumping out of the damn tank. So
I've lost more betas jumping out tanks.
see, I'd only lost one. The one is that was the first time that she was like my sixth or seventh beta, and I forgot they were even jumpers because I always had floating plants on the top, and the water level was always down from evaporation, so it never really mattered. And never had any that tried to jump until her, and then
Yeah, well, more wild betas are jumping out on me versus regular Splendids.
Yeah, I
Um,
want some wild bettas.
huh?
I want some wild bettas.
Yeah, I got the beta Rubers with Fry. They just bred again, so they got a mouthful. I got the beta
Okay.
Pilates that are breeding. No, they're not breeding yet. Well, the Pacifias are breeding. Oh, I got like 3 species. I'm trying to get more of them.
Wow. That's kind of the way I do it with killifish. But I'm doing it with cories too. I've got two, three. Uh, I don't know, but it's possible that if I elected to a car, it looked like she was spotted or he or she was spotted or something. He's going over the wood, like anyway, sorry, that distracted me. But I've got two, three, four, five, six, no, five types of quarries right now.
Oh wow!
So
Got I don't know how many do I albinos, Venezuelans, and gold lasers. 3.
nice. I've got the false jewelies or reticulated, we're called that. I've got slate quarries, albino quarries, Cabrosa quarries, COO3s, the Decker quarries, and then the orange Venezuelans.
Show off.
I know. So good. I've got the false jewelies to spawn, but so far, except for the accidental babies I have forgotten, I've not been able to hatch any of the eggs for some reason. Like I had some of them that they were looking good. They were tan. They looked like they were fertilized. And after about 4 days, they hadn't hatched. Well, day 5, I come through there to look at them. The snails had gotten in the damn breeder box and ate every one of those freaking eggs.
Yeah, you
Every
can't
one
have
of them.
seals with them. I've learned that too.
I didn't put it in there. They crawled into the breeder box from the
Yeah,
tank.
so I used to just hatch them out in a snail-free tank.
Yeah, I don't have really any of those.
I'll pick up a little Zest breeder box.
Yeah, I've got the um, Uvo ones, the ones that circulate water into the thing. But that
Yeah.
one, I the piece that pulls the water out into the box and lets it flow out was broken or something. So I put it inside the tank to float, like you would a container or an interbreeder box, and that's what they crawled out of the water up the side of the box and into the box. So,
Yep. I've done the same thing because the stupid little airline clip freaking broke off.
yeah, the bad part about those things, they
They
do
make
that.
them, yeah, they're cheap right on that corner piece.
Yeah,
Mel says the ceiling of floating plants works well for her, preventing jumpers with betas, killies, and pandagaras.
well, that's
Well,
good.
all the ones that didn't jump, you should send to me and Shirley so we can start over.
Exactly. I mean, have some pity.
Yeah, I
She's supposed
know.
to be plants and she still ain't done it yet because she's been so busy and stuff. She had so much crap going on. She's all like, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's okay. I just don't want the plants to die.
Uh,
Although I could really use them right now. So,
She really used the Mel.
yep.
Blue Galaris will definitely jump. Christopher says Blue Galaris is Mel's favorite. I
That's
think.
that was what my bucket list fish was before I found the volcano.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's what I actually started looking for first is the blue Galaris. Then I found the volcano. I'm trying to look for them. And then I found out that the blue Galaris have the domesticated ones have fertility issues. So I was like, I don't really know if I want to risk spending that kind of money on a pair of fish that might not be able to breed for me because I pretty much everything I buy is an investment. Like it's I've got to know that they're going to make me my money back.
That's what I say too.
I said most. I didn't say all of them. It's a good excuse, right? I want another breeding project. It'll make me some money. Let's go get some fish.
That's what I say. So I justify it, then I kill it all, or I don't get anything.
Right? Exactly. Or I forget that I've got an extra breeding project and I don't put any work into it. Next thing I know, they're like, oh, too old to breed. So
So Christopher says, Mel, I'm gonna have a whole lot of them in October. My
yep.
West African supplier sending me a bunch. It's gonna be a giant killifish order. That's awesome.
Yeah, I want to get some of those because the ones he's got, I think, are wild type or something like that, and they have less fertility problems.
So he says
So,
he's bringing in a bunch of funda planchaks and Galaris, especially things that need new blood in the hobby because of fertility. Was Chris the one that lived in Japan?
no, that's Roy. That's Eyeball Pirate.
Oh, okay. So then I can buy from Christopher.
Yeah, you can buy Christopher. Well, when he gets, excuse me, when he gets fish. I don't think he's really got a lot going on with selling anything right now.
Okay.
I mean, I could be wrong, so you're gonna want to go straight to the horse for that one.
All right. What time is it? 10:40. What time does Jeff do his live? 11?
Oh,
Or was it 10:30?
it actually should have started by now. Actually, I think it did. Yeah, he's already live. He went live at 7:30 my time. He went
He
live
didn't
10
reply to
your
us.
time. Well, no, he told me that once we were done here to come join his live. Sounds
I guess we want to wrap it up for the night.
good to me. We've been almost 2 hours up here, so
Yeah, no, you did good. I know you were a little nervous at the beginning, but once you sat down, you opened up and you were comfortable. Thank you. I appreciate you doing this.
yeah, don't shut up.
And thank you, Mel and Chris, who are our best audience of the night.
Most interactive.
And thank you, everyone else. All right,
Have a
guys.
good night, guys.
See you on Jeff's channel.
Bye.
Bye. How do I shut this off?